Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to those of you around the world. Welcome to the daily Trade the Chain crypto update, where we give you everything you need to know for the next 24 hours and hopefully the next few days. Today is Thursday, November 3rd, and we are coming at you a day after the FOMC meeting. We mentioned that it would bring some fireworks and volatility, and it did. Lots of sentiment is neutral to bearish, or neutral to bullish, I should say, for most assets. We do have a few like Solana that are bearish, Polygon that are very bullish, Shiba Inu, etc. So definitely some topsy-turviness as we expected after FOMC. If we look at equities, we can see that unfortunately equities dropped quite heavily. I think we are down about just under 3% since the open yesterday. We obviously spiked down, we spiked higher, and then we immediately moved lower based on Jerome Powell's comments that basically he said that they're not afraid to continue tightening for longer. And they're not afraid of overstepping their bounds and creating a hard landing with the goal of a soft landing. So they're not afraid to really clamp down and take care of business is the easiest way to interpret that. And because the market is realizing that a pivot or that some sort of top in QE is on the horizon, that's less likely now. Obviously, it's still out there somewhere, but it's not coming anytime soon, and the market is reacting negatively to that. So we're at the core level. We're under 3,800, which was a big deal for us. That trend line was right there. We dropped below 3,750, which is this POC here, and this was kind of the trading range yesterday until this morning, where we broke down, and now we're hovering around that 3,740 number. So if we firmly break below 3,740, then we're definitely heading to 3,680. 3,650. If we can get above 3,740, then we really need to get above 3,750. And if you can get above 3,750, then you can start to tackle this area, move higher, and then move up into that area. But I think it's equally likely that we end up moving lower from this direction. We are oversold, and typically when the market does this, we will end up seeing some sort of consolidation. Very similar to what we saw right here after the big dip, and see very similar RSI. So it would not shock me to kind of see us just kind of move around here, 3680 to 36 or 3760 until the next move. We have CPI 1 week from today, next Thursday. So the market will be looking for that as an indication of what's to come next in the market. And I have a feeling that we'll end up consolidating until then. Bitcoin is in a range from 20K to 20.4K. We obviously dropped to 20K, held that for several hours yesterday, boosted it higher late in the day, and before dropping lower overnight and higher on the open. So we're in a range between 20 and 20.4. This is a very simple BTC interpretation. Firmly break below 20K, and you're back down to the low 1900s, probably 19.6 first. Get above 20.4K, and then if you can get above 20.5K, then you have 21K ahead. Based on previous price action and looking towards CPI, I would not be surprised if we dipped below or dipped above just a little bit. And either way, we're probably going to be stuck range bound for about a week. Just based on how things have been playing out. For Ethereum, very similar. The range is a little bit tighter, 1550 to 1500 pretty much. Based on Bitcoin, I'm sure we deviate, up or down once or twice below. But I would expect us to continue to consolidate moving forward as we head into CPI. We'll probably see some volatility early into the week. If we can get above 1550, then you have to get above 1580, and then you can start talking about 1600s and higher. If you break below 1500, then 1480 should act as support, as should 1450, and then you've got basically the low 1400s, high 1300s below. So based on where we're at, and even sentiment is very neutral and stuck in that range. Of course, trading volumes are high and sentiment is starting to pick up a little bit, but we're still likely to follow equities, which seem to be, trying to make a decision here. It does not look very bullish to me. We could definitely try and tag, 37.80, but again, for equities to break out of this range, they need to get above 37.50 and then really above 3800. And I guess bulls definitely hope that this is some sort of deviation and we end up ranging here. That would be ideal, but nothing is in the cards yet. And I think if you're trying to trade this bullish or bearish, it's better to wait for probably at least one more flush. Typically formations like this will end up, maybe tagging higher and then once lower before either moving higher or moving lower off of that formation. So no clear read. We're very neutral in terms of sentiment. We're ranging for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Basically, the best way to play it is short 20.4, long 20K until we have a break in either direction. And for Ethereum, it's probably short 1560, long 1500 until we have a break in either direction. And for equities, you really want to get long here, or else it's probably going to get a little scary if we end up heading back towards 3,700 again. So good luck, happy trading. I have a feeling it's going to be a little boring and uninteresting, this weekend due to FOMC being the big news. We already had the volatility. Jerome Powell said what he said. We're not getting any light at the end of the tunnel anytime soon, at least, but we definitely want to see the recent lows held for continued bullish price action. If the lows do not hold, then that's when things start getting weird and we end up going into price discovery again. I know many people have that 3,400, 3,500 S&P price target. I know many people still have that 12 to 15K BTC target. Not ready to say those are in play yet. But it looks likely if CPI is not what we want it to be, we want it to be. We'll see exactly what the level is tomorrow and next week. But if it's not a beat next week, then things will probably get very hairy. And I think the market will be waiting and watching for any news on CPI. So good luck, happy trading. See everybody tomorrow.